fix my hair. All right, do I look presentable? I'm live. Hi. I don't know if we have anybody watching yet. Okay, so heads up. YouTube kicked me out on average about 4 minutes into each section of the video I was making yesterday. If that happens again today, they did finally put my videos back up after I sent them a message that I don't know why it was taken down. They didn't tell me why it was taken down, but they did put it up. If that happens again, so if the live stream stops, I'm going to start a new one. So if you subscribe to me or have another YouTube window open, it'll tell you when I start a new one, and then we will just continue on from wherever we got cut off before. Fun times. So now Andrew's going to come join me, right? No? I thought you were going to come join us, Andrew, and make ice cream. Because I don't think we can Zoom and do YouTube Live at the same time. I don't know that our internet's good enough for that. So, all right. So here we are. This is Rachel, my daughter again, if you didn't meet her yesterday or the day before that with the chicks. She's 7 and she likes ice cream. This is Andrew. His favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip. So he's probably going to make some mint, maybe some chocolate chip ice cream.
I want strawberry.
You want strawberry? Why am I not surprised? Okay. So,
last time I had strawberry. Grandma bought me strawberry ice cream. And, and I found real
strawberries.
Strawberries.
I mean, you could do that, but I don't think we're gonna do that today. Okay, so first thing that you need that you can't do this without is 2 containers, one that fits inside of the other. We're gonna use Ziploc bags. You can use any bag or any container as long as it fits inside, because
that's how you make it.
Kyle says, hi, what happened? Not much has happened yet. We're just getting started. Okay, so one has to fit inside the other. So we have a big bag and a little bag. You could use a little Tupperware dish and a big Tupperware dish as long as they seal. The worst thing that can happen to you making ice cream this way is that the salty ice gets inside your ice cream, and then your ice cream tastes yucky because it has salt in it, and that's gross. Nobody wants salt in their ice cream. Okay, so
unless they're weird people who like salt.
I mean, they do make salted caramel ice cream, which does have salt in it, but I don't know. We're not going to be doing that today. When I was little, we used to use coffee cans, and we had a little coffee can and a big coffee can, and my dad used to put duct tape around the outside of it to keep it from getting the salt on the inside. So any 2 containers is fine as long as one fits in the other. The Ziploc bags go away from here to bother other people. Okay? No, seriously. Listen. Pull yourself together. We're on a YouTube Live here. If you want to participate, you're going to get over it right now and then come back. Understand? You didn't do anything, and neither did Andrew. Get over it. Okay? No, go somewhere else. I can't just stop the YouTube Live to put you in a timeout or anything. Go on somewhere else, get over it, and then come back when you're ready. Anyway, the next thing you're going to need is ice. We have a lot of ice here. I had to make this today because my ice machine is broken. So I used the good old-fashioned ice cube trays, which if you don't have ice right now, you'll have to watch this later to make your ice cream then. You need sugar, which we have some sugar here, and milk. You'll need some milk. We should get the milk out, huh? Here's the milk. And then you'll need some flavoring, okay? And salt. I mentioned salt. You need lots of salt because the salt does something to the ice that we'll talk about here shortly. The flavoring that you can use is up to you. You can be really inventive on this, and you can put all sorts of different flavors in your milk. You can just go with plain old vanilla. You could put mint and chocolate chips in there. You could put food coloring if you wanted. You could pick your favorite flavor. We have a variety. I think I'm going to use hazelnut in mine because I like hazelnut. And then we'll see how it tastes. Okay, are you ready? Are you guys ready? Not that you can tell me not. Okay, so it's like 4.5 minutes. Is YouTube Live going to stop our stream? If we make it past the 4:30, maybe it won't. Interesting. Maybe it's actually going to let us do the whole video in one go this time. That'll be great. Okay. Hey, look at that. We'll keep going. Okay. I am going to angle this down so you can see what we're doing a little better. Okay. There we go. All right. So first, you got to get the sugar to dissolve in the milk. Here you go, Rachel. Here's yours. Here you go, Andrew. Here's yours. And this one's going to be mine. And I'm going to make mine with 1 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of sugar. Can you read that? Is it the right way? And 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Well, it looks backwards to us, but I think it is going to be the right way today. There we go. And so we're going to start by putting a cup of milk in there. Hang on, I'm going to answer Kyle's question. I don't know, Kyle. Maybe they are asleep. Because I totally took a nap before this because I was very tired. Because when I'm bored, I get tired. All right, are you ready? So we're going to put a cup of milk in our Ziploc bag. Are you holding it nice and tight? Because when I pour it in there, I don't want you to drop it all over the floor. That's not going to be cool. All right, Andrew, come over here. As Rachel shows off her baggie of milk.
For yourself.
Ready? Yeah. You're right, it is going to be hard to do this by myself. So I'm going to pour the cup of milk first.
I'll do it.
You'll do it? What are you going to do? You're going to hold my bag? I think I might be able to manage. We're going to have to go get some more milk soon. Rachel's got her milk on her face.
It feels good.
It feels good? All right. And so there's my cup of milk in my bag. Okay. I'm going to use this cup to hold it up. All right. See? Now I won't spill it everywhere. Okay. And now we need a 1/4 cup of sugar. Any kind of sugar will do. Brown sugar is going to taste different, but you could use powdered sugar if you wanted it to dissolve a little bit faster. We're using granulated sugar, plain old sugar. Okay, and now we're gonna zip it closed. You already zipped yours closed. Okay, and now you just want to agitate it to get the milk or the sugar to dissolve. Yes, it's actually closed. And just so you know, however many minutes it takes now. So for my chemistry students in our last learning target, we were talking about, our last unit, 4.1, we were talking about solutions. And one of the questions that you had to answer was whether or not, or like what makes things dissolve faster. So can you think, why would powdered sugar dissolve faster than granulated sugar? Because some people use powdered sugar in this instead. Can you tell? Can you feel any sugar in there anymore? Or is it all dissolved?
I feel sugar.
You feel sugar in there? So powdered sugar has little tiny pieces, and granulated sugar has big pieces. So the big pieces don't dissolve as fast as the small pieces because they
you should do this because that'll make it.
That'll make it better. Okay, so mine is getting kind of bubbly, and that's okay. You can have bubbles.
Bubbles?
Bubbles. Mine is bubbles. Okay. All right, so we've dissolved our sugars. Your sugar all dissolved? No. Do you feel any like grains of sugar in there anymore?
No more sugar.
All right, so now we're going to add some flavoring.
Flavoring?
Okay. Now I know what Andrew wants. Hang on here. Where did it go?
Flavoring is like stuck in here because we've not been using it.
Well, Andrew, there it is. Andrew wants mint chocolate chip. You're like standing right in front of the camera, you know that?
Yeah.
So if you're going to turn around, you should like step to the side. All right, open yours up, Andrew. Where is our container of chocolate chips?
Wait, is that flavoring?
This isn't flavor, but he wants mint chocolate chip.
So he wants it to be like
Look
green?
at that. We're going on 9 minutes. They haven't cut off yet. Okay, so Andrew likes mint chocolate chip, and traditionally mint chocolate chip ice cream is green.
I want strawberry.
I know you do.
Strawberry.
And it has chocolate chips in it.
Oh,
Is that enough chocolate chips, or you want more?
Chip?
You want strawberry and chocolate chips?
Yeah.
That might be weird. I don't know.
It's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You don't
And then
like it?
Andrew's going to have some mint. He might like a little bit more than the regular mint. Mm-hmm. Does that smell good? Oh, yeah. He's getting really excited. I don't know if you can tell.
Mm.
You want a little bit more? Just give me a little bit more. Yeah. 1/4 teaspoon of the flavoring is all you really need.
He's like,
All right, and now Andrew's going to close his up, and he's going to kind of mix that up a little bit, but he doesn't have to worry.
Chocolate chips and strawberries. You don't like
I just don't know if you want them together
a
in the same thing.
A chocolate fountain and a strawberry is basically the same thing as chocolate.
Okay. You have a valid point. Okay, so you want strawberry, which we happen to have. Go ahead and open yours up. Do you want it to be red?
Yes.
Let me see if I can find the red.
I want it to be like pink.
Well, if I can find any food coloring in here, you can have it be pink. But I don't see it.
You could just add less red.
Yeah, well, you can't get it to be anything but red anyway. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me actually measure this. After I rinse the mint off, because I don't think you want it to be strawberry mint, huh?
No. That's gonna be bad.
I believe Kyle likes your mint chocolate chip, too. Can you hold it open so I don't spill it?
I really like it.
So that's her strawberry flavoring.
It's brown. So I'm going to have like brownish pieces.
No, it's going to disappear and you're not even going to notice. I don't see any of the food color. Well, the food coloring seems to be all gone. Yeah, I don't see any red food coloring in it. No, it's right here. Found it. Check. All right, open that up. And there's some red food coloring in there. And you want chocolate chips in your strawberry ice cream?
Yes.
All right, it's her ice cream. If you don't like it, I'm not going to put very many because if you don't like it, nobody else is going to eat this.
But I like it.
We've never had it before.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. Okay. Now, what you want to do this time, Rachel, is you want to get all the air out. So let's get all the air out, okay? I like to use my counter like this. Watch, this is amazing. Get back so people can see. You're standing in the way, okay? And I just go down and then I push across. And then now there's no air in it, okay?
Do I mix it?
Waft it? That's really not going to work. But I'm glad you know what wafting is. I'm going to put some hazelnut in mine.
Wait, how do you put the air?
You what? Did you see what I did?
Yeah, that's like. I think mine's finished.
Could you hold? I can.
Look at all those chocolate chips.
So go like this. Okay, you kind of did it. We'll open it just a little bit there. So you put it up here, right? You stand. So back up. Watch from a distance. There we go. So you put it right there, and you get all the bubbles up, and then you just let it slide down. And then you push it down, and then there's no air.
Mine is
done.
done. Mine is done.
Yours is ready to be frozen.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the point where you want to make sure you have a really good seal, because if you don't, you're going to end up with salt in your ice cream and salt in your ice creams. I don't know. He thinks it might be good in his ice cream. Make sure it's good and sealed. Okay, it's good and sealed. Now, some people, when they open Ziploc bags, are really excited and they pull it open and then it tears right here. If that happened to yours, you'll know because you go like this and it spills. Okay, so if you go like this and nothing happens, then you're probably ready to go. Okay. Is yours good?
Yeah,
yours good? Okay.
But there's chocolate chips right there now.
That's okay. The chocolate chips are going to get all mixed up in there. Okay. Now for the next part, in order to get the ice cream to freeze, we have to get its temperature down to what temperature does water freeze at? It's fine. Don't worry about that. It is 32 degrees. It's 32 degrees and 0 degrees Celsius. But in order to get it to freeze, if we just put it on the ice, it's not going to freeze because they're going to come to a temperature in between room temperature, which is what this is at. Actually, this is a little colder than room temperature because it was in the fridge. But it's going to come to a temperature between 32 and whatever our fridge is at, which is not going to make it freeze. We're going to have to make sure that it is able to get down. So in order to do that, that's why we have to use salt. There's this thing called freezing point depression, where when you put the salt on the ice, it makes the ice get colder. So we're going to put some ice in there. This bag might be too big. And I didn't get the salt out. This is going to take a lot of salt just to make a good ice cream mix on it. Okay, and we're going to put a bunch of ice in there with some salt, and then Rachel's going to put hers on top. Just let go. Okay, and then we're going to add some more ice.
Well, is it open because of the ice?
It's not going to open because of the ice.
Yes,
the ice doesn't have any fingers. And then we're going to add some more salt. Okay. So I just poured a lot of salt in there. And now I'm going to get as much of the air out of there as I can. And now Rachel gets to be the first one to start making her ice cream. Now, all you got to do is just wiggle it around.
But what if it opens?
It's not going to open unless you reach in there and open it. Just keep wiggling it around like that. It's cold, so she might want some oven mitts, which we have an excessive amount of. Would you like some oven mitts? Okay, go mix that around.
I made that for you.
You did make that for me. Okay, and now we'll get Andrew going with some ice and some salt. Lots of salt. And Andrew's going to put his ice cream mixture in here. And some more ice.
My
more salt.
thumb is really. I'm trying to keep my thumb in the
Your
oven.
thumb's too small.
It's like.
Do you remember that tape face video we watched with the oven mitts?
Yeah.
That was funny. Where they were. If you haven't watched Tape Face, he's rather entertaining. Now Andrew's going to mix his up for a while. Go mix it up. If you don't mix it up, you end up with big chunks of ice. So the constant moving.
It's cold.
I know. That's why you have oven mitts on.
heavy.
So put it down on the floor and push it around with your feet.
But I don't want to use that feet.
Well, then just stop, I guess. Okay, so when I was little, we used to do this in coffee cans. And then my sister would be somewhere over there, and I would be over here. And we would roll the can back and forth between us when we were making the ice cream. And that was a lot of fun. Except after a while, we would get sick of it and not want to do it anymore. And that's when my dad started us doing it in the smaller containers. Because it doesn't have to take as long. And we could each have our own flavors instead of making one. So I'm going to make mine now.
Mommy, the ice cream looks pink.
The ice cubes look pink because they're underneath the milk, huh? It hasn't been long enough. Keep going. Now, with the cup of milk that we put in, it's going to take a good while for all of our milk to freeze. You can grab some oven mitts too, Andrew. In the bottom drawer, there's one more down there, and there's one up here. What are you going to use?
My hands.
Your hands. Here's mine going in there. And then I'm just going to dump the rest of my ice on here. Okay. And then the salt. So with our freezing point, so salty ice has a freezing point that is below 0 degrees. And since the temperature of our ice is now below 0 degrees, there's two things. One, it can freeze your skin very easily, so moving it fast and continuously is better for your hands.
Look what
I don't know if any of you guys remember about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when the salt and ice challenge was a big deal. And people were putting salt on an ice cube and then sticking it on their arm, and then they ended up with scars. Do you know why? Because they were actually freezing their skin, and they were getting frostbite. And it was ridiculous. So this is going to get really cold, okay? If it's too cold, you can wrap it in a towel. It's going to be, it might be on the outside a little sticky because water from the air is going to freeze from the outside of the bag. And that's okay. But you got to keep moving it around and squishing it. And after some amount of time, you'll have some ice cream. So now, what should we talk about while we're making our vanilla ice milk or ice cream? You could add cream to this too, by the way, and that would make it a creamier ice cream texture, and it would be yummy. What should we talk about? We talked about all the chemistry involved. Right now, we can talk about more chemistry. So right now, my students are learning about endothermic and exothermic processes. And a process is endothermic when energy enters the system, and it's exothermic when energy exits the system. Your hands getting too cold? Let's see. She wants to know if she's finished. I don't think I am. No, it's still pretty soft. Woo, but it is really cold. Woo! Here. We're going to wrap yours in a towel, like I did with mine. And then you can just squish it like this. Okay? If they should be actually. It's kind of better if they are. You just keep squishing it. Mine's somewhere in the middle. I can't just keep squishing. What's the matter? Do you need a towel? Or help?
I don't need help.
Okay. I need help.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy, look. There's no ice cream.
Yeah, there are. They're on this side. Just keep. Oh, that's cold. Oh, cold. Ah, my hands. Okay, we'll get you a towel.
I don't know.
There you go. Right here. In the towel drawer. Here we go. So right
This
now,
actually feels kind of good.
so Andrew, you've been talking about this in your middle school class too. What's happening to the milk? What's happening to the milk in your bag right now? What's happening? So if you could see the particles of your milk, what would be happening to them? They're slowing down, you said.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what they're doing when they're freezing. What happens to the temperature when
I learned this
the
in
phase
math
changes?
school, but-
Did you? That's cool. You trade? Are you doing mine? I'm doing
So
yours
when
now?
it's cold, it barely moves.
It is.
When
It's
it's
barely-
really hot, it goes like so fast.
Yeah, they zoom around, don't they?
They go, wee! I'm crazy for getting crazy.
So if we could, 'cause I did bring some thermometers home, but I don't have those ready right now. If we could measure the temperature of our ice cream, it would not be changing. It would be sitting at 32 degrees Fahrenheit and just getting colder and colder. Okay, so here's what I'm noticing. You see how the bag is kind of sticking up? It's not quite as squishy as it was. It's turning into the ice.
What
I can get part of it up to sit here. It's you can see it's kind of
is mine
what's the word?
doing
Getting icy.
Is mine
Yes,
doing
yours
it?
is doing that.
that?
And
This
so
is my first time making.
while we're sitting here, the salty ice is it's colder than 32 because we lowered the freezing point, and that is allowing our milk to freeze. And we're keeping it from getting, I don't know if you guys have ever put milk in an ice cream tray, but it is generally not yummy. It has all these big ice crystals in it, like old ice cream does.
I tasted before. It tastes not that
I mean,
bad.
it's not that bad, but it doesn't have the same texture as ice cream from the store, right? So by moving it around constantly, which if you've ever
Sometimes
used
in my school
an
milk,
ice cream maker,
sometimes in my
it does
school
the same
milk,
thing.
there's like ice cubes at the bottom
Sometimes
with
there
milk
are.
inside them.
I like those too.
Me too. It's so strange.
But by moving it, we're breaking up those little ice crystals to make them nice and small. Here, trade me, Andrew. I don't want to see mine. Just keep pushing yours around.
Mama, can you look at mine?
Yeah, I do want to look at yours. It doesn't have to be easy. No, just keep squishing. Here, you squish mine.
Please.
You got to keep it squishing to keep it from getting too big of thingy thing. Ah, yours is doing nice too. Yes, yours is doing nice. Nobody's doing their own right now. Because you've got mine and Andrew's got yours. No, Andrew's got his own. Yeah, we're good now. It's fine. Let's see. We've been doing this for about 10 minutes, I think. 10 minutes of squishing. The longer you squish it, the more frozen it gets. This was a lab we were going to do at school with coffee creamers. If you happen to have any coffee creamers in the little containers, French vanilla's are a good one to do this with. You can put the coffee creamer into the ice and it's already sealed. And then you just do the same thing with the coffee creamers. And then when you open them up, after you've done this long enough, you'll end up with some little bitty bits of ice cream. We were also going to make cake. And I was thinking we might do that on one of these YouTube live videos. If we keep doing them like this. Since the cake is fun. All right. Your ice, well, that's what happens. Because as the ice melts,
What about yours?
when the ice melts,
Can I
it
have
still doesn't
mine?
change temperature either. Yeah, you can have yours.
Come
Ooh.
on.
Okay, so mine is still pretty squishy. If we were to stop now, we would have ice cream that's kind of like soft serve.
Soft serve?
Soft serve.
I like the
That
soft
makes-
serve.
You like the soft? You want to stop? Okay.
Yeah, I
Here,
want
you
the
keep
soft
mixing yours, and I'll.
serve.
mine. You keep mixing mine, and I'll tell the people how to do it this way. Okay. When you're done, you're going to open it up and take out your salty ice bag. See how frozen it is? It's kind of stiff right there. Oh, that's going to be good. And the chocolate chips are in there, aren't they? They're almost
Mine is just plain.
Mine is just plain, yeah. So I'm going to rinse the outside of the bag off in cold water to get all the salt off, because nobody wants salty ice cream. And the best place that you have to remember to do is right in here. So if you just kind of peel that open and rinse whatever salt might be in there.
But what if you get water in it?
Well, I'm not opening it. I'm just folding it open like this. So I'm not pulling it open. I'm just rinsing in there. I'm so sorry. You'll dry. Okay. You're not running out of ice. It is melting, but that's okay. It stays at the same temperature while it melts too. So it's still at the less than 32 degrees.
I'm tired of
In fact, it's close to 0 degrees
I'm tired
Fahrenheit.
of squishing.
I know you are. Okay, can you get a bowl?
I don't know where the bowls are.
What do you mean you don't know where the bowls are? They're at home. Actually, they're probably in here. Can you pick a bowl out of the back there?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This bowl.
That bowl. Okay, so she's got a bowl. We're going to go ahead and open this up now. Hold it up. And you can see her ice cream is, it's a little, it's like soft serve, I said.
I love this something.
And we got some pink strawberry chocolate chip ice cream that is really, really cold. And she's going to grab a spoon and eat that.
I'm going to see how it tastes.
Andrew's hands are really cold. We'll get Andrew a bowl too. Be careful, you're going to spill it there. You're going to, here, come stand. Go stand over here by the stove, Rachel. And now we're going to do the same thing with Andrew's. And Andrew's going to work on squishing mine because mine's not done yet. So we're going to, his is all stuck together too in a nice blob. And we're going to rinse all the salt off of it, especially right here where it opens, because there's going to be salt in there and that's yucky in your ice cream. And we're going to get all the salt off. And I've got a bowl for Andrew. You hold that right there. Don't drop it, okay? And there's, here, we're going to spill this. There's Andrew's soft serve mint chocolate chip.
That is good.
Is it good? I'm glad you like it. I get a little bit more of that out there. And then Andrew's going to have some yummy ice cream too. My hands are still really cold. Now there's a little bit of liquid. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of liquid over here. The longer we go, the less of that there is going to be. There you go. Grab a spoon and have your mint chocolate chip ice cream.
I like the liquid.
You like what?
The liquid.
You like the liquid? Yeah, it's pretty yummy. I mean, it tastes like melted ice cream anyway. Mine is still mixing. I'm going to keep mixing it for just a little bit longer. And then I'm going to grab a bowl. So you can see my ice is melting, so I've got a lot of liquid in here, but it's still at that 0 degrees Fahrenheit. It was where salt water freezes, so that's probably close to the temperature. And it doesn't change the temperature when it's melting or freezing, so the ice cream stays at the 32 and the ice stays at the colder temperature. Now's not a good time to ask a question, but I do want a marker. And you and Andrew can answer the question. No. Do you know which way the energy goes when you have something that's hot and cold? So we have our ice. There's our ice. Isn't it beautiful? And it's going to be at about 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we have our Ziploc baggie with our cream in it. And while it's freezing, it's going to be at about 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Which way does the energy go? If you were to draw an arrow that shows which way the energy goes, how would you draw it? Up or down?
It would go down.
It would go down? No, it would definitely not go down. It's got to go from the warmer thing to the colder thing. Well, that's okay. Now you know. Energy always goes from the warmer thing to the colder thing. So even though our ice cubes, or not our ice cube, our ice cream is cold, it's still considered the warm thing. And so the energy is leaving that and it's going to the ice cubes. That makes this ice melt. And that makes this freeze. Our cream is freezing. And that's how we make ice cream. But nobody's changing temperature during this process. The energy is just transferring, and it's breaking the bonds, the temporary bonds between the particles, or it is forming the bonds between the particles. It's not actually changing their temperature. So,
Mommy?
Yeah.
Can I try yours when you're done with
Yeah, I'm going to open mine up right about now. Ooh, okay, it's cold. You see mine's all chunky too. I'm going to rinse all the salt off of mine because nobody wants salt in their ice cream, least of all me. I did get salt in my ice cream one time, and I ate it anyway because I really wanted the ice cream, but it wasn't very good. I definitely do not recommend getting salt in my ice cream. So you always have to rinse off your inner container very well before you eat it. And so mine is just plain old cream. I put hazelnut flavoring in mine, so it's going to be nutty because I like hazelnut. Hazelnut is good.
Yes.
Ooh, I like hazelnut.
You like hazelnut?
I want to try it.
Ooh, that's yummy. Ooh, a quarter cup of sugar might have been a lot. All right, I need a spoon. Can you hand me a spoon? Thank you for sticking your fingers in my ice cream. Where's your spoon?
My
Right here. You don't want it in it, do you?
No, I don't. But you can. Oh, that's good. That's good. I got a little bit of goop in my ice cream. She's just gonna stick her fingers in my ice cream too. There you go. I got a little bit of goop in my ice cream. You didn't want the goop.
No, I'm trying to get that.
There you go. Hazelnut is yummy. And now we have vanilla ice milk. I could have let that go for easily another 10 minutes or so. I think we mixed that up for at least 10 or 15 minutes. Again, the longer you mix it, the more frozen it gets. And so I think we're going to go ahead and stop there. Did anybody have any questions or anything they want to say? I think Kyle's the only one in the chat room there. Hi, Kyle. All right. I'm going to end our live stream then. They didn't quit on us, so the video is going to stay. Yay. Good job. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good day.